Just the one.
Yeah, there's a few screenings.
It's exciting. Ambition and nurturing sensibility.
It's like a portable scanner. We midnight cooking in this bed. Making some fried rice because there's nothing else to eat. I'm sipping on some wine. Maybe. Yeah, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm sure it's good. No, but yeah, back to the food. In a span of like hours. In Chicago with my New York hat, you know what it is. You know what it is. All right, let me be for real, because I really did want to say something, and it's so cold, but I did want to say because I was having like an epiphany at work, and I was like, I'm gonna wait till I get home, which I probably should, because the crunching sound is really not that satisfying. I feel like my feet is eating cornstarch. All right, back to what I was trying to say as I was walking, but basically I was at work, and I was just talking to myself about how, like, next year I'm gonna graduate, but also just the reality of actually becoming something and actually wanting something, and just realizing that I think just like the fear of the perceived reality of what my reality would be like once I start to acquire more attention or more of a following and just actually become like influential, and kind of like, I think one of my subconscious fear is like, what will my friends perceive that as, and the value of that, and then just like what that means for me. But I think I maybe just had already said everything I needed to say to myself in those moments. But I think like I think yesterday I was realizing that a lot of people, most of their attractions come from the wealth that they have, and a lot of people are attractive because of the money that they have, and because of the influence that they have. And I am not discrediting the work that took to get, but I just think that realizing as a 21-year-old who's going through school and just going through the notions of actualizing my artistic career and just becoming that, just outside of the school setting, is different than like people who didn't go to school, and the reality of what that would have been like if I didn't, and kind of followed the whole hustle culture of just like either producing clothes, whatever I'm already making, and just producing that without the interference of having to work with my school schedule, or the interference of having to work with my work schedule, and all of those things. But I think like now I'm just like, I don't really know exactly where like this no, I guess I don't really know exactly where this journey is taking me when it comes to like, I don't know if by the time I graduate, like, I don't know if what I see for myself will be real, or if it's gonna still be a work in progress. And I think that I was saying that to myself, the reality of the container that I've put myself in, how limiting that is, and how there is that fear of like, what if I do become big and like don't need this job anymore, and before I graduate, and the reality of that, what does that look like? It's like, do I really want that? And I do. And I think that there's moments where I'm just like, do I have to be here till the end of my year, or is there other things I could be doing that is much more fulfilling, and then like a mindless job? And And yeah, I was just thinking about those things, and I was just like, yo, this is what it is for right now, but this is not like the end of it all. And I think, like, even I think about, like, when I go back home, and I'm like, yeah, but I don't think that that can also be the final destination as well too. Like, and just realizing that I do have big dreams of, like, traveling, and not just traveling just to get my passport stamp, but traveling to be someone in those places that I arrive at. And realizing that, like, I do want to go to London, and I want to study there, and I want to learn there, whether it's writing or fashion, and I want to go to Nigeria, and I want to just actualize works that I can't even begin to fathom here because of just the environment. Just the environment of producing here is different, and the prompts are different here, and how the things that prompt me to make things is based on, like, prompts that are set by the class, or prompts that are set by the professors, or just things like that. And I was just thinking, like, damn, like, not damn, but just like, I can't become so small-minded, or I can't forget my faith in, like, God, or just my faith in the person that I know I am. And it's not even a question of, like, who I am. It's just like, what am I? And yeah, just those real thoughts. And I thought I had a lot more to say, but I guess I don't. But just those thoughts were just filtering through my mind. And I'm like, I know friends that haven't made it this far in their academic career because of financial problems, and just because of the lack of accessibilities to even get to this point. And how grateful I am that I am at this point, and how it sucks, but every artist had that moment of just the quote-unquote starving artist. But it's like, I don't want to be starving forever. Like, I want to be able to sustain myself, especially as I grow up. And it's like, I'm 21 now, and yeah, I'm growing up, I'm aging, not like exponential, like, not like, but it's there. And yeah, and I just was like, yeah, like, it sucks, but it's not the end of the world that you have to do this, or you have to work like this. But I think that just the idea, or the I guess the feeling of feeling like this is who I have to be till I graduate is kind of like dawning on me. And there's a lot of people that have filtered out, where I work. It's also like 11 o'clock, so I probably just am, like, tired more than I realized. But I'm just like, dude, like, I gotta make it. Not only make it to graduation, but after that. But yeah, I was just thinking about things like that, like, what do I really believe in? Like, how strong is that belief in myself that, like, things are gonna work out, or that I am going to, bloom. That was it. That was it. I think, I don't know. Probably have, like, stronger thoughts, but I'm just thinking about my room and how it's insanely messy. But yeah.